Hello, my name is Brant. Today is the ninth day of April 2022, that is. And my title of my short video today is about the weather. The weather itself is abnormal here. It's been abnormal um, basically the whole year here. We've had warmer weather in February than we have in April so far. That's abnormal by far. It's supposed to get down again, I think, Sunday night here in South Carolina to 37 degrees. Um, that's abnormal. But the big issue I see simply is the winds. This has been happening for the last couple of years. I've noticed it. Uh, and people say, well, it's in March or April. And I'm like, no, there's more wind than normal here. There usually every day is now windy, and that's not normal. That's not even close to being normal. I've noticed other things simply is that there seems to be a hesitancy about things coming out now with the fruit trees or apple trees or later blooming. But the big thing I wanted to say simply is that simply is there's wind every day. Um, every day is windy. So the day high is about 63 or 64 degrees here, and that's okay. But with the wind, it makes it feel like it's in the 50s. And again, this is abnormal. I've talked to a friend I know of in Iowa that has spoken to me about simply as the winds are atrocious, I guess would be a good word. She spoke to me about simply is that it's just the winds are just blowing all day. And they are here in South Carolina, which I'm in the western part of South Carolina, so I can't speak for other parts of South Carolina. But there is a change of weather, and there is a cold front coming through. I can tell with the winds being the way they are, but that's there. What I would call simply is there's just the weather is not stable. There are constantly new fronts coming in. Um, there you don't have 3 or 4 days or 5 days of nice weather. Sometimes you do. I'm not saying it doesn't always happen, but there's always another front that comes through, and it's either some rain. Sometimes it's just simply cloudy. Other times simply it's just simply windy, being cloudy, and I've noticed it enormously here in this year. So is it to do with all the solar activity with the sun? That is all the flares taking place? Well, maybe. But if these winds are taking place here, there has to be something going on in the upper atmosphere, is my theory, in thinking, why is this happening? And so all the rain we've had, like 2 days ago, actually, Tuesday and Wednesday, we had bad weather here, and we got plenty of rain. We got almost 4.5 inches of rain at my house. But with this wind, it doesn't stay and soak into the ground. Now I'm in this. My soil here is basically sand. It's not clay, although it is later lower down. It is clay, but now it's not at the top part. But the point simply is there is a big change taking place in the weather. It's obviously to me. Um, and again, I go back to January and February. We had temperatures in the 80s in February, and that's why my pear tree bloomed earlier than normal. And then in March, late March, right around, well, actually before March 21st, we had temperatures down to 21 degrees here at my house. 21 degrees. This is in the South. This is not in the North. So there's just radical changes taking place. But like I said, the winds are critical. What I'm seeing, and I'm seeing many fronts come through. There's not what I call stability in the weather. The weather's changing, always changing somewhat here, far more rapidly than it normally does. So let me know what is happening in your neighborhood. That is, what is the weather like there? I do know I have a friend also in Australia where they're having floods again. Within places that have actually had tons of rain, probably in late February, early March, are now having rains again, and it's flooding again, as though this is now going to be the new normal. Kind of curious about this, what's taking place. So again, if you have any feedback or questions, or just want to report what your weather's like elsewhere, that would be great. Thank you. Have a pleasant day. Okay. Take care.